Alright, this has been a very, very long time in the making. We are different stools, but also the same stools, because it's broken. Welcome! Welcome to the Brokenstools Podcast. Name change pending.
That name is pending.
You, most of you will know me if you're a returning viewer. However, new and returning viewers will not know my two friends here.
Well, you might know me. I've been here before.
All right, you've been in Warzone episodes. We have
Yes.
the magnificent, the wonderful, the JoJo loving Ant.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. And then on the other side, absolutely no one knows who this man is. We don't even know who this man is. We don't know how he
Not even
here.
me.
Yeah, we don't know.
I'm in the back
Call
one
me
day
G,
when I was
call me
doing
Gav, call
inventory.
me Drippin', call me Pippin, or call me Vader. My special interests are Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, pretty much anything geeky and or nerdy, other than Star Trek. Fuck you, Star Trek viewers. We hate you.
And there goes all of our fans.
Yeah, everyone's gone.
Everybody's gone.
We just started. This is episode 1, and you've already done did chased everybody away.
Yep, he morbed too early.
He
Yeah.
morbed too soon.
I'm morbid, Chad. Let's go.
It's a morbid time, chat. Alright. I suppose I should preface what this podcast is going to be. So, we've all chosen anywhere from 1 to 4 topics that we're going to bring up and discuss. That's pretty much it. It could be like, I guess to go into more detail, it could be anything you want to talk about within reason. Obviously, we don't need to get like this absolutely banned off YouTube or anything else that we decide to venture off to later. But hot commodity, cold commodity, old shit, new shit, personal interest, weird shit that you just found and want to give nightmares to your friends with. It's all fair game.
Like Unum Claw horse.
No.
Yo, can I get some arms up for the Bowen engineers?
They know about the horses.
Yeah, they do. Oh.
So,
All I'm gonna say, if you know, you know.
If you aware, you've been there.
Aware.
You've been there.
Man, you probably saw it.
Yeah.
I bet you looked it up, you freak.
You
sick motherfucker. You probably looked that shit up.
How uncouth. Okay.
Bastards.
You wanna say it in any other fashion? You got any other ways to insult them? In the
You
same
shit motherfucker! I know I drive the car.
I know I moved the car.
I know I moved the car.
Alright. Now that we're moving the car along, we figured it out. Chet. We rolled some die before we started to figure out which one of us lovely men are going to go first in our endeavors. And the dice favored Big G.
So, the topic that I decided to bring here, regardless of the multitude of topics I've chosen, the general matching theme is, surprise, surprise, Star Wars.
I'm so surprised.
However, topic 1 is, I think, one that we could be getting very into due to Anthony's recent quote-unquote interest in that kind of games, and also our conversation on said kind of games a few days ago.
Like Neko Power?
No.
Oh, dude, I fucking love Neko.
No. Star Wars fighting games. What do you guys think? Do you think that with the new tech and stuff nowadays, they should see like a renaissance or reconnaissance? What are you thinking?
I think it's a very interesting sounding idea. It would probably have to be formatted in kind of like a fighter's kind of way.
I was thinking of something along the lines of like Soul Calibur.
Well,
I'm not the most
This is-
familiar with Soul Calibur.
So the whole idea of Soul Calibur is it's a bunch of melee combat, typically, and the most like common and like one you see a lot is swords. However, instead of swords, it'd be lightsabers or different lightsabers in general. Double bladed, long, short, fucking like, and not only that, but also there's different like forms, quote unquote, in or variations in Soul Calibur. So it could be different lightsaber forms when you're fighting an opponent, that kind of thing. I personally feel that if we did get a Star Wars fighting game, it should be developed by the developers at Soul Calibur.
I mean, if they did decide to go that route, because the way you brought it up means that they might have done it before.
So
The character roster would have to be certainly limited to melee fighters, like
yeah,
Jedi.
which wouldn't be too difficult.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, but I feel like it's also kind of limiting considering the character base within
Yeah.
Star Wars itself.
Yeah, which I honestly will say I wouldn't be too upset about because a lot of people in the fighting game community fucking hate zoners. So
Yeah. When I brought up fighters, it's strictly because that's the fighting game I'm the most familiar with at this point in time.
yeah, like
And
tech
so
fighters.
I'm thinking like, you do shit like down X if you're on a PlayStation controller, and it would be like a force repulse or something like that. And you can do like down right triangle or circle, do
different.
some shit like a force push.
Yeah, different
instead of
special moves
key,
would be like
it would
yeah,
it would be like
I
a
could
force
provide
instead
you
of
before.
key.
Yeah,
I feel like that could be cool.
that could be.
It's definitely a cool concept that could be explored given enough time and creativity.
A big part of the reason as to why I bring that up is because, well, more so specifically with a Soul Calibur, is because Soul Calibur has some sense of experience with Star Wars. Now, I could be remembering this wrong, but I'm pretty sure that in Soul Calibur 4, if not in Soul Calibur 5, they actually had Star Wars characters. If you were on PlayStation, you got Darth Vader, and if you were on Xbox, you got Yoda.
Huh.
That was probably 4.
And they were actually really good characters.
Because 5 cameoed Ezio from Assassin's Creed.
Yes, yeah. And it was absolutely 4.
Yeah, it was probably 4.
Soul Calibur 3, I'm pretty sure, was the one that's.
Yeah, I'm only familiar with the one with Spawn.
Yeah.
Soul Calibur 3 had Negan.
Oh.
Stole from Tekken 7. Losers.
But yeah, that's the reason as to why I suggest Soul Calibur be the devs behind it. But what about you, Shane? You haven't suggested a dev at all for it, and you have more experience in fighting against than Anthony does.
I do, but I kind of agree with his statement of it being like Dragon Ball Fighters. I feel like that would be a cool concept. I also feel like, from what I've seen out of all of the fighting games that have done that, Bandai has done it best. So I feel like it would have to be done by Bandai, and that would be an interesting thing, seeing Bandai work on Star Wars, whereas like their biggest commodity is like Dragon Ball, and some of the other stuff like that.
We'll say.
Before you go on, Bandai is just a publisher. The people who made Fighters was the Arc System Works.
Oh, man, it's been like a week and a half. It feels like since I last opened Fighters, and I know it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, they made not only Fighters but also Guilty Gear Strive, which is also really good.
I've heard good things.
And also Guilty Gear Zerg, or whatever the fuck you pronounce it as.
I have one point to make, and this doesn't have to do with any kind of gameplay aspects or anything like that. But I would just like to point out, I didn't necessarily point out a game developer that I would like to see it made by. I just mean rather than whatever the hell the one like ability and skill system you mentioned was. I don't want that. I want the one where it's including square, triangle, circle, X
You
with
do special
arrow.
moves.
Yeah, and I feel like the way fighters handles using key, having a charge to key in order to do things, that's a really good foundation for it.
I will say Fighters is a very good fighting game. I feel like if there was somebody to make that kind of game, just in terms of simply like how they would typically have their combat, because Fighters it's very like fisticuffs, like very melee range, if not zoner. Maybe
Yeah.
with like a few extra powers here and there. In terms of like weapon combat, Soul Calibur kind of just takes the cake. I mean, kind of Mortal Kombat. We haven't really had like a weapons variation type deal in Mortal Kombat since like what? If you really want to be loosey goosey with it, MK9. More realistically for weapon variations, like MK Deception, MK Armageddon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Armageddon's the last one where I saw it as like, oh, you just switch
A
this
major
up
thing.
mid-combat.
Yeah. And that was made by a different company that doesn't exist anymore.
Oh.
I don't even remember.
Yeah,
MK9.
Midway shut down.
Oh.
MK9 was made by NetherRealm. A lot of people kind of just think Midway made it. No, trust me. Trust me. If Midway made MK9, they would still be in business.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, MK9 ended up being pretty good, but it could have been better as Midway, in my opinion.
I liked Armageddon having a map literally called Midway.
Yeah, that was pretty cool touch.
Like a train station, a lot of the environmental fatalities you could use were really sick.
Yeah. But I will say though, Anthony, I know that you're not really familiar with just devs, but it seems the both of you get Arc System should make a new one.
Yeah, I could definitely say that.
Okay. Now to my second topic.
Bruce.
Star Wars gaming in general. What's your opinion on it? Do you think it's heading in a good direction? What are you like hoping for? Like, what do you want to see from Star Wars gaming?
I don't love the direction a lot of the more mainstream games are going. There's still plenty of real Star Wars games. Yeah, I don't hate making a Star Wars game that has kind of a similar system to Dark Souls. I know everyone says that about every fucking game that's hard and has rolling, but it's a staple. There's a lot of stuff in it. It's just a staple that you can find pretty much coming from Dark Souls, if not another game that was made by FromSoft or, something that influenced FromSoft. Yeah. But they're definitely good games, but I'm a bit more of a fan of like the KOTOR type of game. If there was like RPG. A KOTOR 2 that was remastered and felt like Divinity, oh boy, I'd have a fucking field day.
I agree with that. Pretty much any system that follows just what Divinity does, I will be very happy with, regardless of what the subject is. With the Star Trek.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got to say, I'm much more partial to the shooters, specifically the OG Star Wars Battlefront. Yeah.
Big fan.
I recently, or I say recently, it was probably about a year ago now, finally played the second one, the original, when I bought it on Steam for like $3. And I gotta say, as much as I really love the first one, the second one, it just kind of like takes the cake. So
yeah, there's just more stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, I was really happy when I saw, in the past years that they, obviously did the first quote-unquote remake, I guess, is what you could consider it. And then I have yet to play the second one, but I've heard many good things, and a lot of them have come from you, Gavin. Um,
Yeah.
uh,
Now here's an idea that I saw floating around. Open world Star Wars RPG.
Right.
Okay.
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 When I say open world, I mean like you can planet travel
Yeah.
Ooh.
with an RP system somewhat similar of Fallout New Vegas's. Like you level up and you put certain points into certain things, and there's constant skill checks that are naturally integrated in the conversations you have to pass.
Okay.
I'm liking it.
I'm
I'm
following.
liking what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
That has a multi-classing system,
All right.
Oh.
and you can just kind of like choose whatever you want to do throughout the galaxy. Of course,
What?
whatever living thread is available at the time.
Yeah. What that kind of reminds me of is No Man's Sky. Like a planet hopping system like No Man's Sky. Because nowadays it's much better off than it was at launch. It's significantly better. At
It's
launch,
almost a different game.
it really is. But I'm thinking like take all the travel and kind of like ship and personal upgrades of that, integrate what you're saying, which is some of the RP aspects of New Vegas, and then obviously just make this in the world of Star Wars. And I think it'd be sick. Like
Yeah.
you start off on I don't know, fucking Coruscant or something like that, and like a high level planet to go to would be Felucia. I think that would be sick. That'd be so
Oh,
cool.
Yeah, that I'm
And like,
definitely a fan
you
of
can. And I think another thing that would make it very interesting is that you only know a galactic basic. However, throughout your time in the galaxy, if you learn under the right people, you can learn more languages, and with that, be able to talk to more people and unlock more quest lines.
That is actually a feature of No Man's Sky. Through
Oh, that's
talking to
kinda
people
cool.
and requesting help with their language, because they don't speak the same one as you learn words, one word at a time. And
Oh,
if they happen to say that exact word in a sentence, it will show up in actual English. Like you will understand it, or whatever language you have the game set to. So
yeah.
they'll be like, Buji, Gachu, Wachi, Wendy's, Batachi, boy. Like, it's. I love that system because it feels like such an accomplishment when you finally see a full sentence that you can understand.
They're just asking you to get them a
Yeah.
baconator.
Baconator. Oh, Gakachi, Boba.
Bragate cachuta. Oh, gabuda. Baconator. Go about this shit.
Wendy's.
What about you, Shane? What do you think would be like a perfect, like, just amazing Star Wars game?
I mean, I kind of like what you guys have, fabricated, but I would want to make sure that it has variety in play style. You don't have to play as a force sensitive.
Exactly.
You could be like
You're going.
a fucking Mandalorian or a clone
Yeah.
trooper, depending on just as reference, depending on what time period it would take place in.
Yeah. What I was thinking is that like you can choose like a class, a background, and you just drop into the galaxy. You just start existing.
Yeah.
And throughout the course of the game, if you want to be able to like learn other like skills, I'm thinking something. Now I know that I'm a Morrowind lover, but hear me out. Something along the lines of a leveling system like a Morrowind. Sure, you can dump skills into stuff however much you like. However, if you use the skill more often, you're gonna get more out of when you put into it.
Yeah, action skills.
Like
Oblivion
if
had
you
that too. It wasn't just Morrowind.
oh
but
yeah,
I'm
oh
sure
yeah,
it
it
was
was
more
Oblivion.
prominent in. Well, keep in mind, I haven't played Morrowind, so you could literally say anything.
Same.
You could be like,
Oh yeah,
that
Morrowind
one
had
skill you
4K
get.
graphics.
Yeah, that one skill you get that lets you just snap your fingers and the whole fucking continent explodes. You're Sephiroth now.
I mean, realistically, if you wanted to, and you just buffed your intelligence really high, you could kind of do that with some spells.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Be like that one dude who uses a spell to fly, but he just fucking shoots into the sky and lands on the ground. Dead. If you're lucky and you can cast like a projectile, like feather fall, pretty much, and he survives, so he's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, goddamn funny.
A deployable
If you
raft.
buff his liking to you to 100, he still is like, I don't want to talk to you. Oh man. But speaking of things that just don't really exist in Star Wars, that made me think of an idea that I had that I feel like Anthony might agree with me to some extent on.
Yeah.
Products that are made for Star Wars that aren't canon are actually good and fun.
Yeah,
And damn near necessary to the environment.
I would like that.
Yeah. Because we're getting to a point where it's just like it's so overstepped that it feels like somebody like Han Solo would have an adventure almost every day.
Yeah.
Now, while that environment did lead way to making the Republic era, there's gonna be a point where we just kind of like, well, Star Wars is done.
Yeah.
Let's ship it. Like,
You can go home
Yeah.
now.
You
Yeah,
can go
exactly.
home. You got your
Like-
$10 an hour.
like when Star Wars: The Force Unleashed came out and it wasn't canon, nobody cared. That was cool as hell.
Everybody loved it. That game fucking blew up. That game was
Yeah.
so good.
It still holds
Yeah.
up today.
It does. Even Force Unleashed 2 still kind of holds up today.
Yeah.
Don't think I played
Now-
the second one.
With that topic, brings me to an idea to ask you to.
All right.
Go on.
What do you think would be a sick non-canon Star Wars game? Like you don't have to care about like a solid amount of restrictions that you would have.
I already have one.
Tell away.
Shane, do you have one?
Kind of.
Would you like to share? Or would you like me to do mine first?
I guess I'll go first. I don't. As much as I enjoy a lot of Star Wars stuff, I'm not as deep into it as a lot of people are. So,
Yeah.
while I know that I believe it's KOTOR that kind of covers like the Mando Wars or whatever,
Mhm.
I would like a game based solely on that.
Like a Battlefield-esque, but with like the gameplay Battlefront kind of thing.
Yeah,
Oh, dude.
I would
Okay.
like. Go ahead.
I'm thinking, like, what popped into my head as soon as you said that was, like, Battlefront 2's, what is it? Conquering? It's basically their campaign mode, where you go through a bunch of different major battles, but Mandalorian Wars set. And because of the fact that it's a completely different time period, your classes would be different, the enemies would be different,
Mm-hmm.
it'd probably be harder, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
And also, you wouldn't have to worry about porting and certain assets from games that studio has already made, because most Mandalorians and Fighting Jedi, which was a big part of the Mandalorian Wars, was just bitten lead.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, oh yeah, that's what popped into my head was like Battlefront style gameplay with a bit more storytelling on the story side.
I like to imagine a battle, like in terms of gameplay, Battlefront-esque, but in terms of storytelling, Battlefield 1. Really portray like how terrifying fighting these people are. Because if they felt like it, they could just lift you and throw you into like a wood chipper without any of your say.
Yeah.
Like, or for example, they could just simply steal the air from your lungs. or just cut you in half if they really wanted to. Like, the Jedi are a terrifying foe to face, and we don't really see a lot of that reinforced from almost any media.
Yeah.
Too gruesome for most outlets.
I mean, yeah, but you know what else is gruesome? War.
Yeah, you make
Yeah.
a very valid point.
Especially against warlords like the Mandalorians.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
I also think it would be really cool to just really accentuate how Mandalorian culture is for a lot of surface level fans. Because the Mandalorians, they're not sore when they lose. They're like, fuck yeah, we get something to learn. When Mandalorians win, they're like, cool victory, I guess. On the next fight.
Yeah.
Damn. Kick them while they're down, why don't you?
It kind of just fucking works in that. It's like, well, we's the best. On to the next. But then you get a proper fight. Now that's a
Yeah.
proper fight. Only
That's a part of-
Ubi worth of damn.
That's a part of the reason why the Mandalorian Wars existed. They were like, those space wizards? Yeah. Yeah, they're a good match. Let's fuck them up.
Yeah.
Jesus, I fucking love the Mandalorians, dude. They're so fucking crazy.
They're crazy and cool, and they also have a little bit of wisdom to share, despite their blood-crazed, maniacal fucking conquer missions.
They're just cracked, bro.
Yeah.
But
Now,
Anthony,
I was gonna say, this does bring me onto my idea,
okay,
which is very different than Shane's.
yes,
So, what I thought of, literally, right off the bat, this game would be a little bit hard to make. It would require a lot of very in-depth research, and it would require a very good team of developers to make it.
So it'd require like fans like be on the writing board and shit like that, and just like a lot of just really good developers like FromSoft or something.
It would require a lot of fans like you, if not just several. What I thought of was a game, right? And this game is basically probably just a single player game where the entire point of the game is to be numerous long campaigns, all detailing the path, rise, and fall of various different Sith Lords, and you live it.
So it's kind of like you play a bunch of different campaigns, and each campaign is just that Sith's legacy.
Yeah, like you live out, obviously, a shorter version of, say, Bane's life, and then Revan's life, Malik's life. You see everything from every angle. You get how they felt and thought in the exact moments of everything. And at the very least, it would probably be extremely loved by Star Wars fans who aren't just into the movies.
Yeah. And also potentially the ones that are in the movies.
Yeah, possibly. Because then it's just like, okay, but what about Darth Plagueis? We fucking learn about him, but we don't see much of anything. And then you get a game, and you get to go through the entire life and achievements and falls of Plagueis, as well as people like, obviously, Darth Bane, Valkyrie, fucking everybody. Probably not every single one, but all of the noteworthy ones, the big ones.
That would be very interesting.
Not.
That would introduce a lot of people like me to a bunch of the more in-depth and interesting characters.
Oh yeah, and then like maybe either have it as like a second game, or make this game fucking huge and have it integrated into this, where you could alternatively play the opposing side and go through the Jedi Master's point of view of all of these.
Like Jedi Master version of Kreia, Revan, Jedi Master. I mean, I guess Revan again, because Revan was honestly his own antagonist as Revan.
Yeah. less of that, more so. Say it's, I don't know, you're going through the Darth Bane saga, and say after beating his whole saga, you can then choose to play through the eyes of the Jedi or whoever the hell he was facing, because I don't know much about Darth Bane.
Yeah.
Just to see both sides of each Dark Lord's fucking reign.
I'd be
I
a
feel
fan
like
of that.
as a single player game, that could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Brings me back to my fucking Dragon Ball fighting games on the PS2 days. Where you just run through all the sagas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It
would
would be
love
much longer though.
Oh, yeah.
it would be like God of War size stories for each one.
Yeah.
Because like you're seeing like their beginning. And like
want
others for a lot of like Sith, it's just kind of like just a path of hatred. But man, Anakin's would be so sad.
and then you
Just
get to fucking
endless.
you start off as Anakin, you get to Vader, and it's not even like fucking movie Vader. We're talking it shows
It's
all
lore
of
Vader.
Oh yeah. You get to fight the fucking kaiju looking motherfucker. Oh,
You
it'd
get
be
to,
so
you get to
good.
grab a lion by the throat and kill it yourself. No lightsaber in hand.
Even if you had your lightsaber.
But yeah, it's just like, oh man, Anakin's would be so fucking sad. Almost every part of it would just be sad.
What's that one Sith Lord in KOTOR 2 who survives exclusively off of his rage and hatred? Like, he is a rotten corpse, but he is still just going because he's so mad.
Fuck. I always forget his name. I can remember it, I swear. Just keep the viewer is entertained while I try to remember this.
Okay,
Darsion! Darsion!
Scion, that's the boy.
Yeah, he lives purely just because he's so pissed.
He is very mad.
Oh.
He stubbed his toe in second grade, and he hasn't gotten over that yet.
He's carried that with him throughout his life.
He has. The main reason why he's lived as long as he has is just off of pure malice.
Yeah, like literally during the fight with him, you can beat him, and then he'll get back up. Like, I'm not fucking done yet.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure
He's
you have
pissed
to
because he
convince him.
loses.
You have to convince him to die.
Yeah.
Jesus. Roll persuasion.
Yeah. Sion's fuck.
Sion's a beast.
Yeah, I feel like
Doesn't look
Sion's might be pretty sad, but I know that Anakin's would just be emotional hit after emotional hit.
Oh, yeah.
Because if it's done in a way that it's supposed to be portrayed, it's just gonna be just looks like player sad again, player sad again, player sad again. Whoa, he's pod racing, player sad again.
Is she? Roll a deception check to lie to yourself about being so fucking sad and pretend it's not there.
To pretend this is okay and you're not just gonna be depressed and scarred for the rest of your life.
Because like this kid, he was born into slavery, just constantly just doing things for what? Fucking only money. Fucking. So you're playing as like just like a slave for years until like you're 9 years old, and then a Jedi comes and he's like, we can save you, but not your mom. Takes you in. You're like, wow, so cool. You're almost ran over by some tattooed schmuck on a fucking speeder. That's like your first introduction to the quote unquote Jedi life. You're trained for years just to have Obi-Wan, who is a good master, but not what you need. And just like, see your mom's dead, and then turn around, and just like, your Padawan leaves because of the Jedi Order, which you already had conflicted feelings about. And then you have visions of your wife dying. You act upon them, and you fall to the dark side. You kill a bunch of civilians and children, and you cry because you know that you've gone too far and there's just no going back. At the end of it all, with what you've done, your wife is dead. You didn't stop it, which you've done everything you have because of that vision, and you failed.
Yeah.
It is such a sad story.
Yeah.
It really is.
He did everything to get nothing.
Yeah. It's like that whole self-fulfilling prophecy thing. Like, once you learn about it, you're going to try your damnedest to prevent it. But doing that sets in motion the exact thing that you tried to prevent.
Destiny rhymes all the same.
Yes, sir. It's like, what is it? Fucking... A lot of classic, mythologies tell that exact thing. Like,
Yeah.
even, like, Norse is, like, hearing all this shit about Ragnarok. You got fucking Fimbulwinter, and everything happens despite trying to prevent it. And it happened because you tried to prevent it. You were like, no, we can't let this wolf get fucking monstrous.
Yeah.
And you can't let this fucking little girl... I don't know. I'm pretty sure it really do that much bad.
Morb. You can't let the little girl
Morb.
An interpretation of the story of Norse mythology that I like from Cam is that the Norse mythology and everything is a story about how destiny cannot be avoided and just has to be accepted.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and there's nothing you can do to change that.
Yeah, because, I mean, look at Odin, right? He traded his eye for all the knowledge.
Yeah.
And I believe part of the reason why he did it, aside from just wanting the knowledge, like, don't quote me on this, but I believe that part of it was he had some semblance of Ragnarok.
Yes.
I was like, well, hey, if I have all this fucking knowledge, I'll keep it from happening. Fuck a wolf. Fuck a wolf, bro.
Yeah.
That bitch a puppy, and then he still gets eaten.
Yeah, and it still comes. No matter what.
My son won't fight this big fuck-off snake. Ew, get out of here. Lands in the ocean, grows, keeps growing, continues growing. He hasn't stopped growing.
He could have just, like, struck it down right then and there. And then,
it's like one of those toys you throw into water and they just, like, grow massive.
Yeah, but, like, if it never stopped.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just raise them right, and that wouldn't have happened. Nothing would have happened. But prophecy.
But like,
and you're like, I gotta prevent this.
Yeah, like, but that's the folly of deities, right? In most mythologies and belief systems, is they just kind of throw everything away if it's a problem.
Yeah. Despite them being as powerful as they are, no deity is ever completely all-powerful.
Yeah, well, but I mean, they throw away these issues before they're an issue when it could be handled, right? Yeah. But they're just like, yesterday's garbage is still tomorrow's garbage. Get out of here.
But that kind of thing is why humans cling to mythology, is because these deities are just like humans in the fact that they're not just infallible.
Yeah.
They have flaws. And that's why we can cling to them so much. Despite it's like they're all powerful, but they make mistakes just like us.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're, a believer in like Christianity, Catholicism, Judaism, all that kind of stuff. Which I don't really go into because they don't typically make those same kinds of mistakes. Yeah. It's more so if we're talking about pantheons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No.
For the viewers, I'm not doing what you think I'm doing. I'm smacking my hand with like a hammer.
Yeah, you.
No, he's doing exactly what you think.
Oh my god.
He's slapping.
You guys have some good ideas. We should start a podcast.
We're fucking funny, bro. We should start a podcast.
we should repaired chairs. Call it a day.
Repaired recliner
Now-
throw.
Here's an idea. What about a Star Wars game that's a simulator?
No.
You don't play as some like Grand Inquisitor. You don't play as Vader. You don't play as Luke. You're a repair guy. You repair ships.
You play as a
That's
fucking
it.
battle droid.
You play just a little
Oh my
dude.
god, that would be so good. Like at least the way I'm thinking about it, where it's almost like a viscera cleanup detail type thing, where you're just going about doing your shit. Uh-oh, we're being attacked. I have to go, I don't know, I don't know,
Into the ether.
the generator to fucking repair some shit. I have to go back into the thrusters and fix those shit.
Yeah.
And you have to avoid the issues that pop up, but you're not a soldier, so you can't fight.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That could be a semblance of some sort of horror game.
Yeah, like an
Outlast.
Alien Isolation type of thing.
Yeah. Alien Isolation, Outlast. Like, you gotta dodge these troops, these fucking Jedi.
Or it's kind of more accurately Dead Space, because if I remember correctly, Isaac Clarke's just a dude. He's just an engineer.
He is an
He's just a
engineer.
guy.
Yeah, I think
He is just an engineer.
Yeah, in the first game anyway. I think after that he's like inducted into the military or something. I don't remember.
I think it's more so they are forcing him to do shit with them.
Right, that would make sense.
Because of how effectively he handled the last game. When in reality, he just did not know what he was doing for the most part.
Yeah. Man, Isaac Clarke had it rough.
Yeah.
Dead Space game that takes place on Felucia. Call it a day.
Oh no.
We're done. Giant ass mantis comes out. Get the legs! Get the fucking legs! Oh my god, it's looming.
It's looming.
Quick, everyone, shit yourselves. It'll run away from the stench.
Nah, bro, it's just like in the campaign. The shit I hate, bro. They're into it.
Yeah.
They rolled in that 20 deception. Now systematically they like the taste of shit.
It's a good callback that absolutely nobody else but the three of us and one other are going to have any context about.
Oh, I don't want to give them any.
Oh, I know,
But,
but that's why I didn't say it.
I think another Star Wars game idea that is, for some ungodly reason, just not tapped on. RTS. How on earth is there not a Star Wars RTS yet?
I mean, there kind of is, but it isn't Star Wars related.
It isn't like
Still-
Lucasfilm games like.
Yeah, we've got Stellaris, which is a very good one. Very good space RTS.
Which I'm pretty sure was based off of 40K and Star Wars.
I don't know if it was based off of it, but there's definitely a lot of elements that it shares in common.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
I'm sure inspiration was taken from at least one of them. But Stellaris is very good. I know there are mods where you can port in a bunch of Star Wars shit, probably 40K shit.
Yeah.
If I had to, it's like orbital bombardments being renamed to Exterminatus definitely exist.
Yeah.
Halo, make
Yeah.
it a glassing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Different idea.
Okay.
What do you think would just be such a bad Star Wars game? Like, what do you think would be the worst?
Having to
Honestly,
play... Oh, go ahead.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I would probably never even consider buying a pure Pazak game. Like it's just a virtual fucking game that's just Pazak. I would never buy it. Like Pazak is fun to play in KOTOR. I had a brief phase of immense Star Wars fascination where I was playing Pazak with my friend. I was like showing him it, and it was fun to do then.
Yeah.
But, just...
As a game, you'd get like maybe at most an hour out of it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd really just want to stay away from a game where you have to play as Princess Leia.
When she was
Huh?
property to Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, yeah.
Like, sit in the
Brokenstools
sand.
Drama, the game.
Sit in sand. Don't move.
Great game,
Sit
guys.
in
Great
sand, get dicked down by a slug.
Ugh.
Look pretty and feed me giant crickets. That'll be good.
I think one, even though it is kind of cool, quote unquote, to hate on battle royales, I would hate a battle royale where, like, you play as like Ewoks and stormtroopers, and you fight to be the last one alive.
Yeah, it would be a weird way to do it, because it'd be like massive teams as well and shit like that. It's
It
a
would be.
bad concept.
Yeah, and also just like, man, the Star Wars is just such a vast and still somehow unexplored universe.
It's actually
That-
fucking insane.
Yeah, like only like not too long ago did we like actually start exploring the High Republic with like a novel and a sequel to that novel and a game that's coming out. And like that's it. The High Republic is like 900 years of a period for the Jedi, if I remember correctly.
Damn.
It's so much time to just explore.
It really is.
Now, speaking of exploring, as much as I love Star Wars, we're getting close to halfway through the time, and we've just talked about Star Wars.
All right, do you have a topic, or
Well,
would you like me to supply a different topic?
now, since we went through your topic, which we can revisit, I'm not saying this is a hard cutoff. But variety never hurt nobody.
Yeah.
So if we don't touch up on it again towards the end of this episode, we can touch up on it in any other episode. Several episodes.
Yeah.
This
Star
is-
Wars is big.
Not only is Star Wars big, this is a creative outlet.
Yes.
So, Anthony, would you rather bring up your topic next, or shall I bring up one of mine?
I have a topic that I feel a lot of people can relate to. It doesn't matter what kind you like. It doesn't matter how niche the stuff that you like is or how mainstream it is. I say it's all valid, whether you personally pursue it or you're just an observer.
Mhm.
I am talking about art.
Okay, what kind of art?
Art in
Like
general.
drawings? Ah,
It can be drawings, it can be paintings, it can be done
Music,
digitally,
film.
traditionally, music, film, exactly. So the Star Wars movies. No. I am not somebody who likes to define what is and is not art unless it is very, very obvious.
yeah.
Because if it's something like a child drew a picture, you're going to look at that and you're going to be like, I don't really get it, but you do. So we're going to put it on the fridge. Or we're going to hang it up
Art
on the
is-
wall.
Yeah, art is like just in general just media.
It's very subjective.
Yeah.
So, like, you can't be like, oh, that's not art, because somebody else is going to be like,
Yeah.
this is the fucking Picasso painting, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah. However, I will say the one thing that I cannot call art is a very niche or not even subgenre. It's really just a genre. Well, I guess it is kind of a subgenre of music
Mhm.
that is utterly abysmal to me, which
Okay.
is harsh noise wall. And if you don't know
Yeah.
what that is, imagine getting a microphone,
Okay.
turning the sensitivity of it all the way up,
Ugh.
no noise suppression, no nothing, and crinkling paper in it while TV static goes on, and I don't know, your parents are fighting in the other room.
It's overstimulation, the music genre.
It is literally just imagine putting on white noise, like a white noise generator to sleep, but you crank that bitch to max volume in a massive home speaker set.
Now, as much as you'd say that it's not art, it is technically art. However, it's very bad art. It's not good.
I think we could agree.
Honestly, I don't know if I could call it art, strictly because you can get the literal same exact effect from a broken product.
I will say,
Like when your computer crashes in the middle of something, like somebody laughing real loud, and it's like, ah! Just like that is that.
The Wilhelm.
art to me is something that somebody put effort into to create either themselves or with a group of other people. So like if somebody like made like some shimmy sham knife, to me it's art. They put an effort and they made their own kind of thing. It's their own thing. However, sometimes art is shit.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be good art. It just,
Yeah,
art.
it's art.
I suppose I can agree with that. However, I think the one thing we can all agree is not art, no matter what angle you look at it, is the baby peanut.
Mmm.
When they
Or Morbius.
No, Morbius is so far above art.
Dude, Morbius transcends art, dude.
It has its own category of art known as Morb.
Dude, the Morbiverse. Oh my
Come
god.
on, the baby peanut. I swear on this. The reason the world went to shit, Baby Peanut came out after Baby Yoda, but I won't blame Baby Yoda because Grogu had nothing to do with this fucking awful corporate decision. Kill off the Peanut Man, the Planters Peanut Man, bring it into Baby Peanut the second that existed, soon after COVID hit. Then a bunch of like a shit ton of terrible racist shit and like police brutality, all that started breaking out, and it has only gotten worse since. Now
and also just COVID strains as well.
Yeah, and so I legitimately blame the baby peanut for all of it.
Planters peanuts.
Do you know why? The baby peanut was made, right?
Because of
no clue.
So Planters, their original idea was like, we're gonna kill the peanuts. We shock them. It's gonna be crazy. We just win the Super Bowl. But this is when George Floyd was killed by that one police dude, and they were like, oh, they might view that as disrespectful. New idea. He's reborn as a baby peanut. That is why the baby peanut exists.
Literally just
I will say
the baby peanut technically exists because George Floyd died.
All right,
that's a real historical event.
While that may be true, and I'm not saying it's not because it probably is, it was very convenient timing.
It was very convenient timing.
Especially considering that also happened right before everything awful started happening, and has only gotten worse.
Yeah.
I'm not like actually superstitious that is the reason the world went to shit. That's shit. I just hate the baby peanut so much that is the excuse I go for the world going from like a 6 out of 10 to like a 3.
It's just a good scapegoat,
It is.
It can't fight back. It's a baby.
It is. Yeah, it's a baby. You fucking kick it through a field goal.
Okay.
My scapegoat is that it's because for some reason the media and just the general populace kind of just doesn't like to acknowledge that aliens are confirmed to exist, and we are currently attempting to contact them, and because of that, it's just going to shit.
Yeah, the aliens just like these motherfuckers didn't point us out. Send them the bad rays. And
last I checked, we need clout to get real with it.
We need clout in order to become a quirked up white boy and be sauced up sexual style, as they say.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means. I do not know. However, they use immense gusto whilst saying it. Gusto is defined as gusto.
I will say, despite the fact that a lot of podcasts don't refer to other content creators, but fuck it. I really like Germa's interpretation of
How dare you!
exist.
How dare you
really
bring up
like
somebody
that.
else?
How dare you bring up Germa
You're fired!
during the
Listen.
partially destroyed Love Seat podcast?
Partially destroyed.
I like that. I can sell it.
But can you buy it?
I'm gonna leave that up to the expert.
All right.
Yeah, Gav, Big G, you're the expert.
It's purchasable, but the name is just too long. It's a bit of a mouthful. Audiences can't have overcomplicated logos, overcomplicated names. It needs to be simple. Like,
SDLS. Call it a day.
yeah,
Slightly
yeah.
destroyed Love Seat. We are the SDLS podcast.
Now that
Oh my
Name
God.
pen.
I
Get back into the gaming scene and where somebody's like in Twitch chat, like, what does that mean? You don't want to know.
you don't want to know.
Our
Like one of those
objective
people who
would
have
be
like their
100.
channels is like an abbreviation, but we don't tell it until we get like 10 million subscribers,
Yeah.
and it's like
We're
super
kinda like,
underwhelming.
you thought this shit was all of our initials. No.
Slightly destroyed.
We are the slightly
This is a
destroyed
bit
Love
from episode
Seat
1 of the new
podcast.
podcast.
Oh,
No, this has been going on for 10 years. However, look at my ass.
it's finally time to tell the secret.
Channel gets deleted.
Fuck!
Now, Anthony, what do you think that, in your opinion, because art is subjective, is like peak art?
Peak art. If we're going to talk about historically, I don't remember which is which, but during the Renaissance, I believe it was split into northern and southern sections of art. And like I said, I can't remember which one's which, but if I remember right, the northern section was far more photorealistic, down to having the reflection show the person painting. It was so incredibly detailed. Like, it's like two people getting married, and then there's a metal cylinder on the wall, and you can 100% just see the reflection of the guy painting it in it. That is my idea of like old school art that is at its peak. Now, I'm a big fan of anime. I don't watch a lot of it, but I really fucking love it. And
Yeah.
if I had to go off modern day art that comes out, a lot of the art that is in anime, with as much as weeby as that makes me sound,
Makes you sound based.
Alright, again. Yeah, a lot of it makes me sound real weeby, but I think a lot of the anime that comes out nowadays, and especially in like the last 10 years or so, is so fucking good. It is some of the most pleasing stuff to look at that I've ever seen. If you showed some of the art to people from, say, 100 years ago, they'd look at it and be like, what the fuck?
So good
That's
at kick
real
comprehend.
weird.
To me, if we're completely disregarding time and just everything in general, peak art to me is music. It can be
Yo.
appreciated by everyone.
Same brain.
It just what?
Same brain. Same brain. I was
Yeah.
also going to bring
How-
up music.
However, if we're going to be including like time and just that, like just in general, I know I give it a lot of praise. But either Star Wars or the MCU to me is peak art,
Yeah, you
just
would.
because of how like large and filled of a universe it is, and just continuing to expand. Books, novels, TV shows, comic books, movies, paintings, just so much of it. MCU also,
That's fair.
because it's very commendable that they've made as many movies as they have, and they're all like, in most people's opinions, at least okay.
That's
Yeah.
very fair. I was going more for just like a physical art, whether it be digital or traditional. I didn't really think about music or cinematography or music, anything like that. I think I said music twice just now, but who cares?
Yeah.
You gotta get your point across.
I think if I'm going to say an overarching branch of art that could bring people together the most, but also separate the most, music, 100%. Because you could be just some fucking guy, and you put out a banger of a song. It doesn't have to be metal. It doesn't have to be rap. It can be just like some soothing guitar
like a ballad
playing
or something.
Yeah, I don't like you said, don't really like to name drop anybody who's other like creators and all that, but fucking Rob Scallon.
God fucking
Good
damn it
God.
again!
Sorry.
I said no name dropping, quote unquote, because like a lot of other podcasts don't do it. I never understood why, so I'm like, I mean, these guys are significantly more massive than what we may be in like years, so I don't see any reason why not.
Yeah.
The average viewer would probably be like, yeah, I watch that, yeah.
At the very least, it's something to look up.
Yeah.
Rob Scallon's music is very, very broad. He makes a lot of stuff. He's done metal, he's done ballads, he's done just jamming. Like 22 minutes of fucking 8-string guitar, and it sounds beautiful. And then you've got metal bands, for instance, like black metal, deathcore. You've got heavy metal, soft metal, you power metal, pirate metal. Every single aspect of music can be broken down into subcategories that at least a decent amount of people can like.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you don't like AC/DC, but you can appreciate some of the instrumental that they do.
Yeah, I love their instrumentals. I just don't like the vocals. I really don't. But
Fucking
I hope we don't get banned now.
Oh, shut up, man!
Just as like an overarching thing that I think I could say, maybe not objectively, but
yeah,
from my
can't be
personal
objective
opinion,
about art.
yeah, from my personal opinion, music is probably the most uniting but also separating category of art.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because a lot of people lack their frontal lobe in like Five Finger Death Punch. So.
Hey!
You've just hurt 2 people in here.
Listen, I have all the power in the world to fire you. I don't even pay you. I don't pay myself.
Too, as admin in the Broken Stools, name pending, Discord, I can ban you.
Back on, the art.
Where is that server? Oh, there it is.
I've never been a huge art guy when it comes to like paintings and things like that. Like, yeah, I enjoy TV shows. I enjoy, I enjoy movies. I enjoy anime. Comics. Comics are cool. But I mean, my favorite form of art is music. However, in recent years, probably the last 10, content creation. As weird as it sounds, for us to be striving to be content creators, I have to say that it is the most free form of art, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's super broad. You can just literally be or do anything you want. I mean, you can literally just point a camera at your child and you're a content creator.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's so many creative liberties you can take. So,
obviously with some restrictions based on the platform.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, Live Lake,
I'm going to have to fire myself after this one because of the things I've said about you guys saying it. But, look at Markiplier. Okay? Look at Markiplier, look at Jacksepticeye.
You brought up another creator!
I brought up 2! Fuck you! Mark did, Heist with Markiplier. And then In Space, right? He went from doing drunk Minecraft to doing cinematography.
Yeah.
Interactive cinematography.
Not only that, but also they've both started businesses. Jack started his own, and Cloak is a co-owned brand between them.
Yeah, and then they've also done tours, but Jack, Sean, he did his Fuck, what was it called? Is it if you have
How did we get
90
here?
minutes or some shit like that? It was funny. It was a funny bit he always did in his videos.
Yeah.
But like that's incredible. He went back to his hometown. He made like a whole documentary over it, dude. It's the things that you can do in content creation from stupid minimal effort shit, which can still be extremely funny and extremely, informational, whatever you want to make it. All the way to cinema fucking photography, dude. You could end up on the
Yeah.
red carpet as a content creator.
You get invited to like actual things. Like Jack interviewed Ryan Reynolds, Tom
Yeah.
Holland,
Yeah. I mean, he's in
Chris
fucking.
Hemsworth.
Oh, what was that movie that Jack was in that starred Ryan Reynolds? What is that?
Free Guy.
Free Guy. Yeah, like that's incredible. When I heard that he
Yeah.
was in that, I was like, "There's no fucking way." And I mean, I still haven't seen the movie, but like, whenever he talked about it on one of the videos he uploaded, he showed, like, "This is me. Here I am." And then there's so many voice acting jobs that a lot of content creators have gotten simply for people seeing their content, even if they never
Aaron
meant to be a voice
Hansen,
actor.
Jack.
Yeah, it's so
Aaron
insane.
Hansen is like one of like the main side characters in Borderlands 3 in DLC.
Really?
Yeah, in Guns, the Love and Tentacles, he's the innkeeper.
Oh my god! That makes
Mhm.
the click so much harder now. I didn't even know that before.
Yeah.
I've literally seen shows on Cartoon Network. I think I don't know. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm fairly certain I heard that motherfucking Aaron Hansen voice in it. And I was like, I don't watch TV. I don't watch cartoons very much, if at all. But I was just in the living room. My brother was watching this shit, and I heard it, and I was like, "Is that fucking Aaron Hansen?"
Yeah,
It's crazy.
He was in the Owl House, which is still going.
That might have
Mighty
been it.
Magic Swords.
No, that was it. Mighty Magic Swords.
Yeah.
I mean, like, just thinking about it, going back to Mark's start, where he did Drunk Minecraft, literally could open up every path available.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, content creation is the best art to exist.
Yeah.
Obviously it's subjective. It is. But like, from...
Oh, and sorry to cut you off, but like not only that, but also even though it is technically quote unquote not mainstream, despite how fucking massive it is, Jack was also at the Game Awards twice now.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Another thing that I really enjoy about being, seeing content creators and stuff is they can interact with their fans so freely. I mean, once they get kind of big, it's hard to do it in like YouTube comments per se,
Yeah.
or in a Twitch chat unless you set aside like a certain amount of time for just interacting with chat.
Yeah.
But you go to a convention and there's so many people that are like, yeah, I don't really want to go to this convention. And then they see that you're there. And they're like,
And they
fuck,
spend
I gotta
hundreds of
go.
dollars just to see you.
Yeah, just to spend quality time with their favorite streamer, their favorite YouTuber. From fucking...
I will say, as much of a positive that is, it's also somewhat of a negative because of all those Minecraft YouTubers.
Yeah.
I'm
We'll
not saying
talk
like
about
the fucking the Tubbo stuff, while the Dreamless and is cringe. I'm talking the stuff like Lion Maker, fucking
Dream.
like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Time to get canceled.
For good reason.
Well, I mean us, because we brought them up. They don't
But,
have any source.
Yeah, I do like that point a lot. Like, yeah, I'd honestly, at first I was like music, but honestly I kind of agree with you on content
Yeah,
creation.
I mean, and it's something that
Yeah,
nobody
because-
seems to bring up or think about either, right? I mean,
Yeah, because like, honestly, I prefer YouTube over most streaming
Yes!
platforms most of the
Yes!
time.
like, so as you both know, I've been lonely, so I've been looking on dating sites. right?
Yeah.
But like I've even seen like it's much more common than I thought because I know I don't watch like TV a lot. Like I'll revisit some of my favorite shows, but I'm usually
Yeah.
on YouTube or Twitch. It's just
Yeah.
it's better for me. I absorb it better and I enjoy it more. And
It also
apparently,
just feels real and not fabricated.
right? It's not all scripted, and even some of the scripted stuff, like there are some hidden gem writers doing YouTube and Twitch right now, dog. Like they could
Yeah,
script it and it doesn't look that way.
like the Mandela catalog. Like whoever, I forget his name, unfortunately, because he's a fantastic guy. He's also kind of small, but he's blown up pretty damn fast.
Mm-hmm.
But like he makes some incredible horror stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
And another app.
I was just gonna say, like, to finish off my thoughts, so that we can continue on with your guys' thoughts, is like it's so much more common. I'm seeing so many people on these sites and like other places that are just like, yeah, I don't fucking watch TV, and I'm not the biggest movie person, but like, throw on some YouTube, grab me some popcorn or some shit. Like, let's get down.
Yeah, not only that, but also content creation. And despite how much of a meme of a lot of people that are like, I'm doing this for the money, I'm trying to be the next Markiplier, the next millionaire. It changes your life. Like, I remember watching this guy, not sure if either of you know about him, but he's a guy called the Wendigoon. And I remember watching him when he was at like 30K subscribers. In months, he reached 1 million. And it was insane to watch and be a part of.
Yeah, it's you experience stuff like that alongside those people. And a good content creator makes it feel like you're just as big a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Because
a
as
lot
much
of
as
people.
good.
Go on. Okay.
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 Well, a lot of people do, like in terms of content creators, there are numerous people who are like, they will thank their audience for getting them to where they're at. But at the same time, it's very important to recognize,
The
though
effort
you
that
may
they
have been there from the start, they do not know you.
Yeah, it's a
They
parasocial
don't
relationship.
know who you are. You don't really know who they are. And so that's something a lot of people do get kind of twisted.
Yeah.
There are numerous people who are just some fucking guy.
Yeah,
Like that one
watching
chick who
you.
like sexually harassed Jack at a fucking convention.
Yeah, and
What?
they feel almost like they're owed something for being there, or like they have any place to make like suggestions or anything like that. Like, no, don't
Yeah.
don't be that guy.
I mean, unless
Just
the
because you've been there since this now 2 million channel had 100 subs, that doesn't make you any bigger of a fucking influence on the person.
Yeah.
than
I mean,
the
maybe you get like
50,000.
a VIP thing on Twitch in their chat. Like that's the most you're getting.
I
In
mean,
some
Yeah.
rare cases, you could be like kind of friends with them,
yeah,
quote
like if
unquote.
they
Like
make the effort.
I know another content creator. He's a black dude by the name of Weeby ENT, and yeah, he's pretty small still. Hopefully he'll like get big soon.
yeah.
But
Go ahead.
oh man, yeah, content creation like even and just like as much of like a meme as it is, and like a trope practically, just be like, I couldn't get here without you guys. It's true. It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy to think about it.
It is true.
Small countries worth of people watch these people. Mark has 16 billion views on YouTube. If not, he has more. Let me check real quick. But like, that's almost our entire world population 3 times over.
Yeah, it's kind
Yeah.
of insane.
It really is. And
I mean-
plus, it's like content creation, as we said earlier, is such a broad net. Cinematography, music. Because I'm pretty sure Jack, to name a big one, did some stuff with music. I don't know if he continued doing it, but he did some stuff with music during like his time being big. I'm pretty sure Mark did. Uh,
A big one that I believe has
Oh
stayed is like
God.
Sky Does Minecraft. He did a lot with music.
So
Yeah.
just check mark.
Mm-hmm.
18 billion.
That's incredible.
again, views, not subs, but
Yeah, views.
still.
Still.
I mean, still the
because
fact that like,
subs, that's a lot of bots.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's still incredible though. Like the fact that because like that's not just every person that lives on this earth watched it once. That's people
Yeah.
rewatching again and again and again.
Yeah. They're
So
spending hours of their life on these people.
even if it's just background noise, like that's still like if your content is important enough for them to be able to listen to it as they do other things, like that is
Yeah.
what they choose.
Also, when Jack put out his documentary,
Hmm.
it was number 18 on the UK charts and number 46 in the US, which is huge for a documentary, but is even more huge for a YouTuber's documentary.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
That is pretty fucking crazy.
Not only that, but also with like the music thing, like 100%. Like, you guys know my love for Miracle of Sound.
Hmm.
Yes.
Even though he isn't as big as he deserves to be, in my opinion, it's just incredible work that he does.
He's really good at what he do.
Yeah.
And
And say what I know Gavin doesn't like him all that much, but I know Shane and I do. Another one, JT Music.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
don't, I
They
don't. It's not that I don't like him. It's that I'm not a fan of most of his tracks. So I do like him as a person, and also he's just very talented.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so much shit you can do as a content creator.
Fucking
Yeah.
Which I mean, I guess you can kind of define anybody who puts out music, even if it isn't on YouTube, as a content creator because that's exactly what they're doing.
it's
But
content.
this
Yeah.
is still only considering YouTube and Twitch. This isn't giving into
Yeah, there are some people that
consideration any.
exclusively. Yeah,
This
there are some people
isn't
that
like Hollywood
exclusively.
or something.
Yeah, there are some people that exclusively make art and shit like on Twitter. There are people that just completely stay on Facebook to promote their own stuff.
Yeah, like I'm surprised that Bob, Myskirm, has done so well on Facebook gaming. Like that's
Yeah,
incredible. I
he
didn't
has
expect it
kind
to be so
of
good.
he has been kind of sucking on the nip of Twitch though a little bit, just a little bit of that nectar.
A little bit of that beautiful milk.
But on the subject of art, even though it isn't related to content creation, I am really glad to see appreciation for good cinematography back in the limelight with The Batman, because that movie had some incredible cinematography, which partially is because the director's cinematography inspiration was Martin Scorsese, which even though I do think he's a cynical prick, he did really good cinematography.
Yeah, it's kind of like with really anybody who is overwhelmingly good at their craft, but is a dick. Like,
Yeah,
for
like
instance,
Stephen King.
Ramsey. Stephen
Yeah.
King. Fucking Ramsey is an asshole. Not
Mhm.
everywhere, but in the kitchen and in a restaurant when it is time to buckle down and get to cooking, get to seeing everything in there. He's a dick. Like but that's that industry. That is that industry. His teachers were just like that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you can't fault him for it entirely because you kind of have to be in that industry. You don't always have to be, but that's how he got as good as he is. It was nailed into his head to be like that. And look at where
Yeah.
he is now.
Yeah, which I will say I can appreciate the fact that he does treat kids super gently and nice. Regardless of that fact, I'm not sure if he does train all these people in these shows to cook in Michelin star level restaurants. But he needs to make that apparent because a kitchen is not as cutthroat as he makes it to be in these shows. And I've heard a lot of people be like, "Yeah, I want to become a chef," but from if Gordon Ramsay in a show is anything in a show, it's just not a mentally good enough environment for me. It's just like, dude, you're pushing people away from their dreams. Sure, it can be stressful, but not that stressful. Fuck.
And even if it can be that stressful, you don't always have some British dude yelling at you 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see why he acts the way he does. Because say I don't remember the name of the show, but he goes to like restaurants, checks out the place, gives it an
I think.
Maybe. I think that might be it. Where it's like, we've got fucking rotten meat in here. This thing looks like it hasn't been cleaned in fucking 12 years. And when it was cleaned poorly by a kid with a toothbrush. Like, you've got to be rough with those things because not every single restaurant owner is willing or able to listen to you if you aren't. If you're trying to get this place into fucking tip-top shape, you're trying to turn this shit around, you have to be told in a very, very
stern
intense
manner
way what you need to do.
Yeah.
Because if you're just being like, okay, we need to worry about this here on the ground, this is a problem, we got to deal with that. It's like, okay, this guy knows what the problem is, but that isn't a priority to me if he isn't fucking nailing it into my head.
Yeah.
Obviously, he goes over the top, but at least to like 80% of the amount of rage and fucking outburst he shows, I can fully understand it.
Yeah. It's just like, and also, it doesn't help that a lot of the Hell's Kitchen stuff was staged.
That's also
There's a rumor that a lot of that was staged because they would have been shut down. But the only thing that I can say is I respect him. At his peak, he had 8.5 Michelin stars, which, if you know anything about the restaurant industry, if you even have one, that's incredible. That's insane. 8? 8?
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but fuck.
Oh yeah, he is renowned as one of, if not the best chef of all time for a reason. However, I can still not like the bastard.
Yeah.
I can respect what he does.
Yeah.
Man. Shane?
Huh? What? I spaced out a second. What's up? What?
We were finished with the topic we were on. Do you want to go on your topic?
No. I'll save that for the next episode we do because we've got like 4 minutes-ish left, so we might as well cut it here.
Come on. We got a wide range.
Yeah, I still want to keep
4
it
minutes
like
really isn't a lot of time. So
No. I mean that like we're shooting for the minimum length of this episode.
No. 45 was the minimum.
Yeah, exactly. The minimum length. Maximum being like what, 3 hours? You said?
No, an hour and a half.
Oh.
3 hours
okay.
total because of 2 an hour and a half episodes.
Yeah.
There's a little secret backdoor into how we planned on recording this tonight.
Yeah, and when we say plan, we set up the time, kind of.
Pretty much.
and we thought of some topics throughout the day.
I feel like it's a little bit of a rob though if you don't bring up your topic.
Well,
at least a small.
It's like I told you guys. We don't have to go through all the topics in one episode. It can be brought up.
No, just at least one topic per person feels very fair. This is a 3-person thing. Come on.
Yeah, but we had
just a small one. Just a little more.
Just give us a little morbid. Come on, Shane. Come on. Give us a little morbid.
I think I'd have to find. Okay, fine. It's a little off the wall, but I kind of just broadly looked up earlier. what's going on in gaming news?
Oh, I mean,
And,
new Fallen Order game.
well, the thing that I found is apparently with the new season dropping on Destiny 2, there
Mhm.
is a glitch going on currently that lets you have infinite legendary shards.
Another one, huh?
Yeah.
Dang.
So
Yeah, this season is fucked.
I haven't seen. I don't know much of it aside from the fact that the Solar 3.0. But
Yeah.
apparently there is something called a Leviathan Patrol Zone.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's a good place to farm things, like
Yeah.
relevance to like an old farming spot, the Rollaway.
Yeah, the throwaways. So essentially, this was on I forget where it's fucking called because I never went there, but it was the planet slash area slash thing that was adjacent to the Tangled Shore where you were like where Petrovenge was, and there was just this hallway that just had endless thralls come at you, and it was a legendary shard of farming, just heaven. Just money out the ass.
Oh,
For the viewers watching, Gavin has played so much fucking Destiny.
it's kind of
Has
crazy.
spent
It's
a sad amount of time
It's
in
an
that fucking
addiction.
game.
Save me, please.
He has every single legendary for the Titan class, I believe.
Exotic.
Exotic,
I
right?
wish I had every legendary for the Titans.
Yeah,
So
every exotic for them.
yeah, he spent way too much time.
I almost have every exotic on Hunters, almost every exotic on Warlocks.
Get a life, bro.
I wish I had.
But yeah. So this glitch reaps rewards in similar fashion to the Thrallway,
mhm.
and that is that currently, and it's probably going to have been patched by the time this goes up, that you can reacquire blue items from your collection for Glimmer
Mhm.
and dismantle them for legendary shards.
Yes.
Currently.
That's fucking. We gotta play
Oh,
later.
yeah.
We gotta play.
Oh, yeah.
Later. I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
get legendary. I struggled to hold like 150 of them.
And I have thousands.
Let me see here.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it isn't fixed by the time this goes out, because Destiny 2 is so fucked with this season, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so this says specifically you should purchase class items from the Gumshoe or Midnight Oil sets from the Witch Queen expansion. Fuck! Alright, well, you guys can get legendary shards, assholes. I can't. I can't buy those.
I mean, you have access. I'm pretty sure you have access to the armors.
I don't
You
think
just
so.
can't, like. I'm pretty sure you do. I think it's just exotic weapons you can't use.
Maybe.
Because for a long time, when I didn't even have Forsaken, I kept getting Forsaken rare items.
Oh, you know what? This says that you can loop the glitch by purchasing Baryon Bow from Master Raoul,
Yeah.
and then convert it to Glimmer. That way you can just keep buying and buying and buying.
Yeah.
So, huh. It
Ah,
maybe.
fuck
You know what? It might
Oh, yeah.
already be fixed. Because this post
I
went up
doubt it.
7 hours ago.
I doubt it. Genuinely, I doubt it.
Hmm.
Even though they're pretty fast on that, season I think it's 12 at this point, fucked Destiny 2 up so bad, dude. When you view yourself in the tower, you see your feet. Most of the time, you can't see your head. When you're invited into somebody else's game, you're just in a different tower than they are, but you're still considered to be in their fire team. Sometimes if you join somebody while they're loading into the tower, you just get a black screen.
Oh,
Like-
don't worry. It's not just that. Going into the tower, at least at the main part of it, like in the middle, I had a black screen as well, and I had to open my character page and then go over to my map to even go into my destinations and then spawn over by Drifter.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Season 12 raves Destiny 2. It is so bad right now.
Really
There's a lot to fix. And an exploit is the least of their worries right now.
Yeah.
Well then, we know what must be done.
Yeah. Fallen Order sequel looks pretty cool too. Grand Inquisitor seems to be teased. Terran Malico seems to have survived. A hooded figure that had a very Revan-esque vibe came along. We know it's not Revan.
Right. Well,
It also takes 5 years after the original Jedi Fallen Order, so there's that as well.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, now that you've juiced me of my shortest topic, I think, so that I don't have to do much more editing than I'm already going to have to do, I say that we cut off this first episode of the Brokenstools Podcast, name change pending. And I really think that this is going to work. I think that this is a good setup. This is a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
We're all probably...
We talk normally anyways, so...
Yeah. This is just a lot less chaotic than our usual conversation.
Yeah, this is just recorded conversation.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
We'll get chaotic later,
For now.
probably. We can't control ourselves that well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially knowing...
Eventually, you're going to see Genova come out, and we're going to lose 1,000 fucking followers.
And then we're going
Thank you for your viewage, guys. It's Morbin time.
It's Morbin time.
It is indeed Morbin time.
Alright. We'll see you guys in the next episode of the podcast. Brokenstools Podcast.
Bye-bye!
Away!
Okay,
Oh, God, we're gonna get canceled!